today we are going to do a piece of artwork inspired by my book, Exactly You, The Shape of Your Feelings. But before we read that, we are of course going to start with our mantra, because our art mantra makes us feel super strong and ready for the day. So together, here we go. My mantra: I am positive, I am creative, I am mindful, I am amazing, I am an artist. Now, for your artwork, today we're going to start by reading the book, which I'm super psyched about, and then we're going to be inspired by one of the scribbly pages in the book that kind of looks like this. That scribbly page talks about a special word called anxiety. Now, in the book, there's lots of big feelings that we talk about, but one of that anxiety pages where we really discuss how it's okay to feel a little bit off, a little bit nervous, feel like you're filled with knots and scribbles. That anxiety page is a great way for us to practice our scribbles on our paper and to get all of our feeling lines all over our page. So, if you'd like to do the project with us, all you'll need when it's time for our art lesson is to have a piece of paper. I personally like to work with a square. It can be huge, it can be little, it's totally up to you. And then something to color with. Again, markers, colored pencils, crayons, even paint, anything you want to use is going to be perfect for our art lesson. So let's begin by reading the story, Exactly You, The Shape of Your Feelings. Exactly You, The Shape of Your Feelings. What do feelings look like? Your feelings are a beautiful work of art. Happy shapes, adventurous lines, and energetic colors make up your masterpiece. We are all different. Every shape, color, and line has something special that makes it unique. What makes you unique? You are unique when you are exactly you. It sure is awesome to be you, but sometimes it can be a little hard. Do you ever get nervous to be exactly you? Or worried what someone might think, or afraid of how you feel, or scared of what might happen? Those feelings are normal. Sometimes those feelings are called anxiety. It can feel like you're made up of knots and scribbles. But guess what? Those feelings can be good. Those feelings can help you practice being strong and brave. With practice, your feelings can do lots of amazing things. Have you ever felt a little sad and gray? Sometimes those feelings are called depression. It can feel like you live under a storm cloud, or that you're asleep even when you're awake. It's okay to have those feelings too, because those feelings can help you notice when you're happy. Happiness can feel warm like the sun. And when you feel warm like the sun, you can make others feel warm too. How can you share your happiness? You can be kind. You can make it rain kindness. What feeling helps you spread your kindness? Confidence. When you believe in yourself, you feel tall and proud like a mountain. You know what you are capable of. Confident flowers don't compare themselves to other flowers. They just bloom. Your shapes, colors, and lines dance inside you, creating a beautiful masterpiece. You are an amazing work of art, and your feelings make you exactly you. At the back of the book, there are lots of art projects to try and questions to talk to a loved one about. But I'm going to focus on this page right here. This big, huge piece of paper was created when I scribbled and painted and splattered and did all sorts of details to a paper by using some feeling lines to get my emotions out. I like to call this anxiety paper because sometimes I get a little bit nervous to be exactly me, or I get worried what someone might think. And those feelings of anxiety are totally okay. So I have some examples of some anxiety paper that I've created while I was working on my book, and we're going to do a version of this today in a smaller, quicker form. So if you look back at the back of the book, the project that we'll be doing today is called the Circle of Control, and we're going to start with some simple materials to actually fill a paper with feeling lines. The first step of this project is simply to fill our paper. You can use all sorts of different coloring tools today and just try to fill it so there's almost no white space. I like to fill in my paper by using what I like to call feeling lines, which help me get my emotions out. So if I'm feeling a little bit nervous, I might do something like a scribble or a scrabble or a wiggle all over my page. So I'm going to go ahead and experiment with how I'm using my tools to fill my paper, and they don't always have to be a scribble, but that's just what I personally like to do as an artist. And I'm going to use all my tools and fill my paper so there's almost no white space. So let's check this out in fast motion. That felt awesome to get all my feelings out onto my page. So before I move on to the next step, I'm gonna put all my tools away. Ready? Here we go. Now I'm gonna take this paper that is filled with my feeling lines and actually cut out a circle from the center. So if you want to just mark on the back of your paper a little bit of the size of circle you'd like to cut, it's totally up to you. I like to just keep it big enough that it fills my page, but not super huge that I don't have this outside space, because we're actually gonna use both parts of the paper for our little game or our practice at the end. So now, once you have your circle drawn, you are simply going to cut into that circle like so and follow around that line. So when I'm done cutting this out, this circle symbolizes my circle of control. So when I look within this circle, there are so many feelings, there are scribbles and scrabbles and emotions all over the page, but I have to remember that whatever is inside my circle of control is what I am able to be in control of. So let's do a little bit of a practice. Once I explain to you the difference between what's in your circle of control and what's outside your circle of control, you might be able to start to see what you can actually be in charge of a little bit easier. So once you've cut out your paper, we're going to do a little game. Check it out. This is your circle of control. Your circle is filled with knots, marks, scribbles, and splashes of colors representing your feelings. Now let's take a look at our circle and decide which things we can control and which things we can't. Something simple would be like this. Can you control the weather? I can't control the weather, so that would be outside my circle of control. That means when I think about what I can control, something simple like the weather is outside my circle of control. Let's try another one. I want you to hold up either what's in your circle of control or what's outside your circle of control when I list an item. Here we go. Can you control what you say? You can. That is within your circle of control. Can you control what other people say? No, you cannot control what other people say. You can certainly try your best to help them understand, but you cannot inevitably get inside somebody's brain and make them say something different. Let's try another. Can you control how you react to what someone else says? You sure can. That is within your circle of control. So even your reaction to someone else's words is definitely within your circle of control. Let's try listing the things that you can control and the things that you can't. Brainstorm in your head, what are some things that are in your circle of control? What do you have control over? Then think in your head, what things can you not control? What is outside your circle of control? Once you have a list together, brainstorm with a grown-up about how you can let those things that are outside your circle of control go. Because sometimes we just need that friendly reminder to say, hey, this is not yours to worry about. You only be strong and do what makes sense for you, what you can control right here. So some things that I can brainstorm would be my breath, right? I can control my breath. I can control my effort or my work ethic. I can control how I use my voice. I can also control things like my environmental impact or my kindness towards other people or towards our world. There's a lot that's within my circle of control. And once I've identified that, I have a better chance of understanding how to work with others when I know how to work with myself. Then, if I think about what's outside my control, something like I know I cannot control other people's thoughts, right? I cannot be in control of that. I also can't be in control of things like people's prejudices or what they believe. I would then take this circle and post it somewhere like your door or a window or a mirror to remind you that this is within your circle of control. No matter what those feelings and those emotions become, sometimes you just need a little reminder to say, what is within my circle of control, and try not to let the other things inside my safe space right here. Remember, friends, everything that's outside your circle of control is something you just need to let go, and the things inside your circle of control are what you really need to focus on. So hopefully this book was an inspiration for you, remembering and reminding you that all your feelings are valid and normal, and that it's most important to be exactly you, making your feelings a beautiful masterpiece. So let's take that circle of control and do 3 deep breaths. Hold that circle nice and tight, and we're just going to breathe in with eyes closed from your belly to remember you can refocus yourself and get yourself ready for an awesome day. Here we go, 3 deep breaths. There you go, friends. Remember, you are strong, you are resilient, you are amazing, and I love you. We'll see you next time.